Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about how to get back on track and how to turn lacking motivation into discipline. I know for a lot of us who've made goals, who've done the vision planning, done the vision boarding, all of that, we've most likely fallen off track. The habits are not happening. We may not be as consistent as we want to be. We just want to get back into the zone. And I wanted to focus this video on getting back on track because I think a lot of us, we like to hide the fact that we aren't being as consistent, as productive, as honestly honoring our true selves. And the fact of the matter is sometimes that will happen. I want to normalize owning up when you've fallen off track because it's not like this shameful thing. It's just a part of the journey. You're gonna fall off track, but it's just learning and knowing how to get yourself back on track in a timely manner so you're not wasting too much time, but you know immediately how to get back on track. You know what kind of routine will help you get back on track. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I have had quite a busy weekend, quite active weekend. I don't think I shared this on here, but I actually did like a dry, low January. And I say low because I drank like twice in January when I went to the mountains with my family. And so this weekend I went out and I drank like I used to, like because I was at a concert and then I was out with friends. And when I tell you yesterday, I like was horizontal on my couch the whole time and I felt horrible. I was just like, oh, I'm never drinking alcohol. I already don't drink at home. It's more so like when I go out, because if someone asks me, do you want a shot? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm not gonna say no. I wasted my whole day. I was supposed to do so much yesterday. All I did was build this new table that I have, which I'll show you in a bit. But I just wasted time. And so that's another part of me trying to get back on track, is learning and understanding what are some vices that I need to keep in the corner, vices that I shouldn't let take over my life. And so I am making the most of my morning. One tip that I highly recommend is to brain dump everything that's in your head. Things you need to do for the week, things you need to remember, appointments, everything that needs to happen this week, brain dump it. Taking a look back at my goals, reassessing, resetting, seeing what progress I've made, seeing what progress I didn't make. So we're gonna go to my computer, we're gonna check out my little Notion board and see if I can make something shake this month when it comes to my goals. Girl, time is of the essence. Okay.
Always been alive. Either you're fake or you're in denial, and you've always lacked faith.
Oh, I had all of these pieces of paper underneath this because it just wasn't like sturdy and wobbly. I don't know what I did. I literally had all this just to keep it balanced because it was irritating me and my homegirls. But I don't know how to take this apart. So I'm just gonna leave it at my front door for whoever decides to purchase and pick it up because I need this out of here.
So
accepting the fact when things change and you need to readjust and pivot. You have to accept the pivot because life is not going to be a perfect straight line for you. You're going to be going every which way because you are learning so much more about yourself, especially in your 20s. Like, I feel like a lot of people who watch my videos are most likely in their 20s, which are some pivotal times in your life where you are always looking outward and externally at what other people are doing. There's so much pressure and so many standards that society puts on us, and you expect your life to be a certain way based off what you see everyone else who is your age, older than you, younger than you, doing, achieving. However, what they don't tell us and what we just need to accept and not stress ourselves out about is that you're always going to face some challenges, some changes, and some opportunities to pivot. You just can take life's challenges and readjust. You can take them and throw it right back at life. I had like a Notion template that I was using. I just found a different one that I think really works so much better for me as a visual person to lay out everything that I want to achieve this year and how I can achieve it. What is the action plan? You need to make sure you're having a monthly check-in with yourself. So this is the first monthly check-in and it is much needed. So if you have not checked in with yourself with your goals or with anything that is really top of mind for you for 2025, do it now. Do it in February. Start your first monthly check-in with yourself because this will help you clock in and lock in and see what is actually going on in your life, because January, was like 5,000 years, and then February is already almost over. So time is moving slow and fast. So you just need a moment once a month where you can reflect and understand what is going on in your life. How are things going? How are things feeling? And one tip that I would recommend when it comes to these check-ins is to try out the Whoop method. So the Whoop method is a goal-setting strategy. It's science-based, created by the psychologist Gabrielle, I'm so bad at pronouncing names, Otengen. Dr. Otengen could develop this Whoop method, and I feel like it's a lot more of an active way to set your goals because you are writing out your wishes, your outcomes, but also the obstacles. So you're identifying what are some hurdles that you might face, and then you're creating the plan. So it's an active way to create an action plan that can overcome some obstacles, that can help you reach your goals and keep you aligned and keep you on your journey. So I would recommend using the Whoop method. I am using that for like my monthly reflection. So I write out like my wishes for the month, and then I write out the outcome, and then I'll also write like some obstacles that I can think of if I remember to do that. You also want to make sure when you are reassessing your goals right now to make sure you're differentiating between a goal and an action. That is truly key. I see a lot of times people will name an action as a goal when actually the action is the step you need to take to reach the goals. The actions are like the tasks, the habits, the routines that help you reach the final goal. You also want to make sure you are keeping present and future you in mind, because when we created our vision board, we were super excited, the dopamine was hitting, and we were thinking about like what we're trying to achieve and envisioning our higher self. So you're thinking about your future you, but a lot of times we're not really taking into account our present self, our present life, schedule, routines, responsibilities, and sometimes the goals that we have set in place, the plan that we created in the beginning of the year doesn't actually realistically fit our present life. So just go back and think about, okay, how can I realistically achieve these things given the time that I have in a day? Especially if you're a super busy person, if you have a lot of responsibilities, you need to be able to map out your schedule in a way that actually serves you and is actually attainable for your life. So this is how you're going to refresh your goals so that you can get back on track. This is such a key part of this whole get back on track vibe. Because if you don't refresh your goals, if you don't check in with yourself, you're not going to be on track again. You know what I mean? Let's get into the rest of this video.
Hey there, pretty girl. You know exactly what you got. I don't blame you at all. You never seem still, especially when the light's so bright and the money's so bright and it's coming in every single night. She don't wanna wait. She just stuck and you still live in Vegas. You still live in Vegas. You still live in Vegas. You still live. She just stuck and you still live in Vegas. 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 And she dance to the song. And she dance to the song. And it go, hey now, now, let you go now. She doesn't ever worry. If she wants it, she'll get it on her own. She knows there's more to fight, and she's scared of ending up alone. 3 months up